Ready?
Yeah, fire away now.
Dave, did you happen to see Jim Schlossnagel's comments last week? And I was wondering if you, about
Yeah, I saw him. So we actually talked to him about it. If you really look at the numbers, you need to look at one of the other schools in the other division. But whatever. Those are things that you shouldn't put out there, in my opinion.
Dave, you mentioned Gage could be stealing someone's job. I mean, how close, when you envision settling on maybe your rotation for this coming weekend?
Yeah, we're not sure on it right now. We're going to make sure everybody's good to go and have some conversations and then kind of go from there. So it's been good that he got to start on Tuesday and threw 3 innings, and then he threw 70-some pitches on Saturday, kind of building him up. And we've been building him up in his bullpens, getting that pitch count going a little bit. So just in case we needed to do this, we'll see how it works out. It'd be nice if our rotation would get back together and roll, but they got to do it.
You mentioned there are several hitters who need to start hitting better. What's your confidence level? At least a couple of them can start cranking it back up.
Yeah, I think they will. I think it was a tough month physically and mentally, and I think a couple days off and then just a little downtime, not having midweek games should pick up their energy level and some strength. And the past is the past. We're in a good situation with our wins where we're at, and we need to just go forward. From here on in, we just need to swing the bat better.
With Jack Wagner, is everything okay with him after last week? And
yeah, he's fine.
Okay.
Oh, he's a guy that played outfield at Kansas. Is he a guy you could give him a look out there? Or?
Yeah, but it's all about you got to hit, and he's gotten a hit here and there, but it doesn't, there's nothing. It hasn't been anything that just said, well, we got to get him in the lineup. I mean, Lovich, if you look at him, his batting average is going up. He just made a couple of mistakes out there that have been very costly. That, Wilmsmeyer's the best defender, but he's having trouble, getting on base, and that we just want him to find a way to get on base. And to me, it's not about his batting average anymore. It's about getting on base, scoring a run. He's a really good defender.
You mentioned Wilmsmeyer there. I mean, he's a guy that hit really well at Missouri last year. Just, are you seeing anything in particular that he needs to do to do that, to get on base and everything?
If we would have, we sure would have addressed it by now. Like maybe in the middle of the fall, we've been talking to him about some things. He's got to do it. The kid's 22, 23 years old. It's kind of like just get it done.
You mentioned the rest, and with school letting out soon, do you feel like that's a reasonable way to unlock a different level for you guys offensively? Do you think that's something that could happen for you down the stretch?
I do. It's not like we've had a bunch of opportunities to get some guys right against some average pitching. It's been midweek pitching's been good, except maybe one game, and other than that, it's been guys that are really good coming at us for the most part. And I just want them to swing the bat better. I want them to stay in the zone more. And when they get a good pitch, you got to square it up. You foul off pitches in the zone, you don't get too many good pitches to hit in a bat.
So on Fisher, you said in there that it may be something that it was of some length before he got here.
Yeah, they felt like the doctor, the one I talked to about it, that seen everything, felt like that it had been some injury, because it shows signs of being an old injury.
So it just flared up on him a couple 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it's been bothering him, I guess, a little bit. We didn't really know. He just kind of had some soreness, and then give him some time off. Then we pitch him, he's sore again. You're kind of like, okay, we got to see if there's something going on in there.
Is a day like today, what the talk that you just had, beneficial at all? Like thinking about how good the season has been despite some of the struggles that you have had recently?
Yeah, we had to fight for it. It hasn't been easy, and a lot of close games, a lot of different situations, played a lot of different lineups. I would love to play the same lineup from here on out. And now that we play on the weekends only for the most part, that could happen. But guys got to, they got to do their job and contribute. And it's not always about offense, about making a play here or there, and just getting a bunt down or whatever. And we've done that for the most part this year. That's why we've won 40 games already. But I feel like we could be better.
I think it was 2018 with Jared Gates, where you finally just went to him and were like, "Hey, you're in the lineup every day.
Yeah.
Don't even check it like it is." Do you think you might approach some of that moment, or that moment might be approaching at some position, whether it's DH, left field, or something?
Yeah, the DH situation is the right left thing. If we had left-handed hitters that showed me they could hit lefties just as well or close, then I might go with them. But I'm thinking that's probably going to be a platoon spot for now, and left field needs to get settled. Or if Holt's playing center, then that's left's wide open. If Wilmsmeyer is playing center, right now it's more of a defensive situation, and Holt's going to play left. And Diggs is the guy. Diggs he needs to get it rolling. I think he will. And he got so many big hits over his career. He got another big hit on Friday that kind of got us that lead. We just need him to be that guy.
Going back to Fisher, if it is the internal brace, kind of what's the recovery timeline look like for that?
He'll pitch next year for us, for sure. He'll be ready to go probably by Christmas. If it's not, it takes longer, obviously.
And you might not know exactly why Mississippi State's playing better, but you said they are. What do you just see from their program?
They have good players. They just, sometimes they just, play. They started out pretty good, then it didn't go good. Probably pitching a lot better than they did early, and that's usually where it starts.
With Fisher being in a similar situation to maybe Dylan Carter last year, I guess, how's he doing just spirits-wise?
Great. We've taken him on all the trips. He's been great, bouncing around, and I think he's just ready to get it healthy and be ready for next year.
I think that internal brace thing, isn't that what Hackman had?
Yeah.
How's he doing too? I know I think he's probably redshirting at this point. But
Yeah, I haven't seen him throw a bullpen lately. Coach Hobbs works with them. I've seen him long toss and throw, but he's there's not enough strikes in there to get him out on the mound.
Is it planned to go from College Station to Hoover this year as you've done in the past?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Josh Heineman, is he having the same issue as Hatchman and Fisher?
No, he didn't have surgery until whenever. He was never going to pitch this year. It was too late. Yeah. He's just rehabbing, trying to get ready for next fall.
Anything else? All right, Coach.
Okay.
See you later this week.